Hello, Elvis friends. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Let's Talk Elvis. So, a few days ago, I posted a trailer for an upcoming series that I have been working on for a really long time, that I'm really excited to start sharing with you guys. And I figured that instead of including this part of it in the first episode, I would just make its own little video. So super short, super quick, just explaining what this series will be and why I decided to make it and feature it on my channel. I want to keep the episodes just tailored to their specific topic, so I figured that explaining and bringing this out first would be the best option. Basically, in a nutshell, this series is going to be shining light on each individual health concern that Elvis had notably. I want each episode to be specific and tailored only to one of those health concerns. So like one episode will be featuring like his glaucoma, while another episode will be really talking about the bloating and everything that went into that. There will be multiple episodes because he did have multiple health concerns, but I wanted to give each one its own episode, so hopefully it's a little bit more digestible and easier to understand, and also easier to share with other people, because I think that that's really what I want with this series. A lot of you know, because I talk about it so openly, that Destined to Die Young is my favorite Elvis book for many reasons, but ultimately I think because it just provides a logical view and understanding to a lot of Elvis's choices and lifestyle habits, and just the way that he lived and how that played into a lot of different areas of his life. After reading that book, I started seeing those little puzzle pieces becoming apparent in different pictures I would see, or video footage that I would see or watch, movie clips that I'd be like, oh, like that's what that was talking about when he looked like this, or when he was acting like this, or different things like that. That's one of the big things I want to do with this series, because while this information is not new and it has been researched and laid out in book format, I also want to bring out evidence and picture evidence, video evidence, talk about how you can see this visibly in different areas of Elvis's life. I think that that'll help kind of point out different ailments that he had too, and also take away a lot of misunderstanding of like, Elvis wasn't fat because he ate too much. Like, he was bloated, and here you can see it here during this, if that makes any sense. While I did get a lot of information and spent a lot of time researching through Destined to Die Young, I want you to know that not all the information comes from this book. So if you've already read, this book and you're like, well, I don't need to watch this series because I've already read the book, I want you to know that I put in research and I use different sources, and hopefully I took the time. I've literally been working on this video series for 3 years, because I wanted to make sure that I was the most credible I could be, and that means pulling from more than just one source. But I wanted to share that Destined to Die Young was my biggest inspiration and biggest motivator for the series, because after reading this book, it just cleared up so many questions and provided so much insight to things that I think Elvis gets the back burner on a lot of the times, and things that people don't understand about him that they pass off to just be something else, when it actually is something way more serious and not as black and white as people would begin to believe. Understanding Elvis's health and understanding his body plays into every other aspect of his life, every choice that he made, every appearance, the way that he looked, the way that he acted, the way that he treated people. Sometimes it's crazy how that played into everything. But it's also human nature, because I know that my health and the way that I feel as a human plays into everything, and how I act in my life as well. So it is just human nature, but I feel like Elvis, again, always kind of gets that stripped away, and misinformation or sensationalism takes its place, as we fail to understand that there's actually real stuff going on, and it's not just too many hamburgers or too much pills. I think providing, this information in a video format is going to be very, very helpful, because while I know that this book, Destined to Die Young, which is my favorite book about Elvis's health, is very detailed and very credible and a great resource already, some people don't like to read, or some people, don't digest information as easily if it's in a book format. Sometimes, I've been told a lot that books are kind of, especially books like that, seem to be very daunting and people can't really get through that. Of course, not everybody. A lot of people have read this book and other books on Elvis's health and loved them and learned very much from them, myself included. But I've heard from a lot of people, especially younger people, that it's just like, becoming a new fan or something like that. Books like this seem to be very, very daunting. And they would reach, more for the books, about his love interests, or just like more mellow books, which I totally understand. So I'm hoping that putting this information in video format will kind of help. You can have it on in the background, maybe while you're doing something else, or, while you're driving to work, or whatever the case may be. I'm hoping that this is, a digestible format. Again, I just want to put it out there that the people who have already researched this information have done so in amazing, incredible ways that I look up to very much. And that is the reason, one of the big reasons that I'm making this series, because I have been inspired by those people to talk about this. I also do feel like this topic in Elvis's story, is just what I'm most passionate about. His health and those struggles that came along with that, and how he persevered in spite of it, is actually something that just blows my mind every day. And it's something that I'm very passionate about talking about, especially on my channel. So I'm hoping that it becomes something that you guys are interested in too, if you're not already. I just, at the end of the day, to wrap this up, think that this is one of the most important topics surrounding Elvis's life, and something that people, especially people who are not fans, don't understand and are way too comfortable talking about anyways. I'm hoping that this can aid to that movement that's already going on, that is, putting a spotlight on these topics about Elvis Presley and about his health and about that area of his life, because I think it is so important. And without proper understanding of this and just Elvis as a human being in general, we really cannot understand him in his fullness at all. And I know that that is a goal of so many of my friends in the community, is to understand him and just to get to know him in the truest way that we can. And I think that this information really, really helps to be able to do that. That is my little spiel about why I'm doing this series. I'm looking forward to it so much. I am very honored to have been inspired and motivated and, just honestly touched by these people who have put in so much research and effort into uncovering information like this, and making it possible for me to learn about it myself and then share it with my people who watch my videos. Honestly, it's just a trickle effect, and I just want you guys to know that I'm very passionate about it, and I hope that you guys will be interested in it as well. I think Elvis really deserves that. I'm very excited to get this new series going, and the first episode will be coming out soon. I'm looking forward to it a lot. So I will talk to you guys when that video comes out. Happy Elvis learning. I love you. See you later.